So here we go, we're going to be doing the gratitude bhavana. So if you'd like to set yourselves up for meditation, somewhere comfortable, somewhere where you can be upright, grounded, stable, making sure you're warm. And we allow the body to become still and quiet. And when we do that, the mind tends to follow. It tends to follow what the body is doing. So take your attention to the floor and become aware of the contact that you're making with the ground. And also be aware of your contact with your seat. See if you can tune into the direct sensations of your buttocks making that contact. Allow the buttocks to relax more deeply into the seat. So the whole weight of your upper body is going down into the seat. Allow yourself to experience that strong sensation. So we let ourselves settle very gradually. It's as if we're gathering our awareness into our body, noticing sensations and also noticing any emotions. Any particular emotions that are around at the moment. And perhaps we'll let go of a couple of out breaths. Giving up the out breath. If you feel comfortable to, you can close your eyes. And often that helps us to focus, to not get distracted. But you can also meditate with your eyes open, particularly if you're sleepy. So this first stage is gratitude towards ourselves. And in this stage, we'll reflect on the preciousness of our human life. In Buddhism, we focus on how rare it is to be born as a human being. And sometimes we might imagine that it might have been better to be born as a bird or a favoured dog. But actually, animals live with a great deal of fear and are taken advantage of. They certainly don't have the freedoms and the attributes that we have as a human being, or the potential for awareness that we have. You can reflect on the fact that you have all your senses that interact with the world and give you such pleasure. You can reflect that you're well enough to be sitting here now in meditation. And maybe you can see something pleasant in your experience right now. Perhaps a sense of contentment, a sense of ease. You don't need to force anything. Just look within yourself for any pleasure that you can feel grateful for. And now we'll move on to a second stage. So bring to mind now somebody who you have learnt something very precious from. Somebody who's been important in your life. It might be a family member, or a good friend, or a teacher. Bringing them to mind with gratitude and realizing how they've affected your life, how your life has been enhanced by this person. But as well as bringing them to mind, bring them to heart, bring them to your heart. Feel your response to your gratitude for them. Gratitude isn't just a cognitive understanding. It has feelings associated with it. Warmth, even humility, because maybe we wouldn't be where we are without this person. We're all interconnected. We're not an island. So allowing ourselves to feel great gratitude for this person that had such a significant influence upon us. Relax into the pleasure of that. So if you have thoughts about this person, remember not to just stay with the thoughts, but to come back to our heart's response. That sense of warmth and openness to this person. And now we'll move on again to the third stage, the neutral person. But here we're going to bring to mind all the services that support our lives, often from people that we don't know and maybe have never seen. So aware of the gratitude that we could have for the fact that we have electricity, running water, free healthcare and education, that our rubbish is taken away, that our streets are clean and lighted. So many supports for our life by millions of people that we don't know. What a wonderful and fortunate thing it is to have all that supporting our lives so that we have time and leisure, so that we have a relatively easy life, at least externally. So having a sense of gratitude to all those people who probably do work that we wouldn't want to do, or maybe we couldn't do. How marvellous that we have all this to support our lives. And moving on again into the fourth stage. So it might feel more difficult to feel gratitude for somebody that we find difficult. But actually, it's by having to interact with people that we don't find easy that we find out a lot about our own intolerance, our own impatience. And sometimes the very things that we find difficult about other people, we have those very difficulties ourselves. So actually we have to grow, we have to develop. We have to develop that patience and tolerance when faced with people we find difficult. When life is very easy, we don't have to make much effort. We don't have to examine ourselves. And maybe we do when faced with difficult people. So we can have gratitude that actually we're kept motivated and alive and interested when we have to contemplate our relationship with those we find difficult. And it may be that somebody we found difficult in the past, we got to know a bit more deeply, and maybe we don't find them difficult anymore. What does that tell us about our preferences? And now we'll move into a final stage. And in this stage, we'll have a sense of gratitude for the whole of this beautiful world, perhaps particularly the natural world. You could bring to mind places that you've been, where you felt peaceful or expansive, happy and open. You might be aware of the diversity of the natural world, of different places that you've been, and all the variety of living beings in those places. We can be grateful for beauty, for colour, for the arts and the sciences, for all the complexity of the world and the simplicity. And we can be grateful for having been born at this particular time and in this particular place, wherever that is, where we experience so much pleasure. So now bringing attention to our heart area. Noticing any emotions there. Perhaps noticing how the meditation has affected us. Whether we've been touched in any way. Without criticism, if we don't find what we would like to find. Aware of our body, seated here, ending the meditation. And coming out of the meditation in our own time. So thank you for joining me. And that's a gratitude bhavana. So that's all there is for today. Thank you. Bye-bye.